seen as daunting, overly challenging works, they also carry a level of prestige. We're told that many of the greatest films of all time are the epics. Artists like to argue that drawing out the passage of time in their world allows the language of cinema more freedom of expression. It allows a sense of the epic and grandiose, the evocation of a dynasty, a story of generations, the scope needed to focus in on larger societal structures. Some artists show us that when powerful images and sounds are dwelled on, meditated with, deep insights can be stirred from within us. Maybe a director wants to document a life that's too large to be cut down to anything less. Or maybe there's just too much talent gathered at the right time and place to be sacrificed on the cutting room floor. But somebody's gotta watch them, and that's why all this month of May I am going to go through one epic movie a day. Let's go. Our first contender comes all the way from Tollywood, India, at a brisk 2 hour, 41 minutes. It's Alluda Majaaka. Now, India, I don't give much thought to reincarnation, but you might have made me a believer with this one because I feel as though I have gone through multiple lifetimes to get through this movie. And I don't mean that it felt long because it was a slog. Quite the opposite. Our hero man, played by legendary action star Chiranjeevi, is blasting with no brakes through police battles, romance, dance numbers, political schemers, tractor fights, betrayals, double betrayals, triple betrayals. It's got it all. And you just sit there, drained of your mind and body, only to realize you are 30 minutes into the picture. I mean, I want to help this guy. Like, let me in there. I'll kick some ass with you, dude. Like, this isn't fair. This guy has to put up with so much shit. He just wants to enjoy the Rama festival. Like, goddamn. And let's start with this guy, known by all the temple and its surrounding village. Sitharam, if I'm getting that right. Our hero man. Not a woman gets married without this guy's participation. Not a villain gets up to trouble without getting a beating by him. Lord Rama is always on his side. He's a modern melding of Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris. And throw some Michael Jackson in there, and you have Sitharam. But first, I should confess before getting started I am not well acquainted with Bollywood, which I'll just go ahead and affiliate this Tollywood style with. My impressions on it are that I would not like them. While they often look overly ridiculous, over the top, the problem here is that it's mostly unironic in intent to me. The overblown, patriarchal social commentary, fetishized masculinity, fakeness and heavy amount of cheese, sometimes offensively cheesy humor and its jokes, all to me are just huge turnoffs. But I chose this one because I heard word that it might be so ridiculous it transcends. And I am elated to report that it does. Mostly. So, what forces have dared to come together and put Sitharam in the strife that we see him in? It begins with our man already chained by the law. Whispers of his upcoming execution rustling through the temple. But this isn't a choice just to introduce him with our sympathies, you see. Because it's here we get to see him show the action hero that he is. As he attempts to free himself in a high-octane extravaganza of cars, motorcycles, horses. Now, this might be exciting enough, but let me tell you, man, Telugu cops are something different. Stuff happens.
మెడకు ఉరితాడు పడబోతుందని తెలుసు కూడా బలవంతంగా ఒక ఆడపిల్ల మెడలో పసుపు తాడు ఎందుకు కట్టావో తెలుసుకోవాలని.
And they definitely abuse some horses. But alas, he is apprehended and back to his trouble. Oh yeah, and did I tell you we're 12 minutes through the movie? Man, this is nice. This is fun. Wait, how do you get out of jail again? Never mind, we have epic dancing to do. I need epic. More epic. More epic!
నువ్వు బతుకున్నంత కాలం ఈ గుండు ఇలాగే ఉండాలి.
Now, stylistically, there's a lot to love. For instance, the evil Madam character is punctuated by these stunning, dramatic turns. The punches and kicks are just... Mwah. And most distinct are these free transitions. If someone runs or is thrown off frame, you don't know where they'll land, but that's not going to stop our action. Okay, so they do the Watermelon Mario dance. And then because no one in Telugu can see vehicles, this new character, 80s USA city boy, picks up the sister of Sitaram by hitting her with his car. So far you see, Hero Man's sister is to be married to this guy, but Madam doesn't want that because her two daughters, who have been trying to humiliate Hero Man as revenge for making them pay for a guy they crippled with their bus, need to be married for big money. And the rich family, the Koda family, are already refusing marriage because they really just wanted the farmland. And anyway, we're 1 hour in and it gets much deeper, so let's move on. Oh, they did not. Is that legal? Did they get license for this? Yeah, so I guess this is the part where they just do Queen now. But don't worry, this is definitely relevant to the plot. Anyway, back to that. Back to Telugu. This is a bizarre land of political corruption, conveyed perfectly with these amazing editing tricks. Oh, Wizard Man with the springy. But he's actually a mercenary type hitman hired by the rich family, and our first true antagonist for our hero to face off with. He frames Hero for murder, and that's when we realize that everything after that first jail scene was in fact a flashback. And now, halfway into the movie, we're caught up. Anyway, our hero is out of prison and takes on the persona of Toyota to set up a fake wedding with a third daughter of the rich family to steal her from marriage with the corrupt guy, Koda, and his son, because they managed to convince the son that his sister... And anyway, where'd they get all these white people? Alright, now you're just in an abstract space. Now who's ready for some bombshells?
నా సెల్లి కడుపులో పెరుగుతున్న బిడ్డ తండ్రిని నీకు మొగుని చెయ్యాలని నా సెల్లి మీద నింద మోపింది నీ అమ్మ. దేవుళ్ళంటే నా తండ్రి సావు కారణం నీ అమ్మ. నీ పెళ్లి కోసం అమాయక కూలీలు నమ్మించి వాళ్ళ పొలాలు కాజేసింది నీ అమ్మ.
Now it's getting time for our final epic action sequence. But before that, they established their romantic connection at this nightmare park by the beach. It's like a Disney creepypasta come to life. Jesus Christ, run away. Ah! Oh my god. I cannot put into words how fucking terrified I am right now.
On the run. Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Why, just spill your beans.
So stuff happens. And here they all are. The wedding, the hostage, a snake. All hell breaks loose. Here's our hero shooting into a crowd. And after a boat fight that has to be seen to be believed, at last we are treated to the final showdown between good and evil. Will they all live happily ever after? Oh, and I know I haven't mentioned yet, but the soundtrack fucking slaps. So what is there to say about Alluda Majaaka? This was the first, but also the wild card of the month. I hope you don't feel too worried about me spoiling the plot. I don't think that's supposed to be where our surprises are. It's a crowd pleaser. It's the raunchy, action-packed, balls out, everything in the bucket kind of picture. It's hard to imagine what the budget was, how they got all these resources and people to be a part of this. It's a passion project, a star vehicle, a countrywide blockbuster. It's the closest thing to a live-action JoJo's I think we'll ever see. Even at over 2.5 hours long, I highly recommend you try and get some friends together for a viewing party. Drinks will help. A point's taken for the insulting, cringy stuff that bubbles up here and there, but this is a spectacularly entertaining experience, and I'll go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. I'll see you next time.